Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Nintendo Campfire podcast. Today, we have a ton of fun stuff to talk about. We've got a ton of crazy leaks and rumors that are kind of helping us build up our understanding of what games we're going to be seeing coming out this year, 2026. I've got a ton of games I've been playing to talk about, and we had a lot of news and releases and updates this week. Things are getting big, things are happening, things are starting to take shape. We're going to talk about all of that. I'm going to try to quickly cover the stuff that I've been playing and a little bit of the news that has come out, and then we're going to jump into the big rumors and leaks. So if you are new to the show, if this is your first episode, hang in there for a few minutes while I cover some of the news that came out this week. And then once we're done with that, and once I've talked about what we've been playing, we're jumping right into it, and we're going to start talking about big 2026 games that are coming out later this year. This is super exciting. I know I missed a couple of weeks of shows, but as you can see from the background being different, I have moved my setup. I've been trying to work as much as I can with my girlfriend. We're trying to get things to fall into place here. We've moved recently. We're in a new area. I'm going to try my best to stick to weekly, every Sunday episodes from here on out. And bear with me, guys. I'm sorry about that. But let's jump right into the intro and welcome section. Let's talk about what I've been playing. All right, so I've been playing more Pokopia this week. Just like I said in the last episode I recorded, still working my way through the story, still really enjoying my time with the game. It's fantastic. I've loved the little interactions with the Pokemon. Everything in that game is adorable and it's surprisingly deep. There's always something to do. I'm moving at my own pace. I'm in the Bleak Beach area now, so I've done Withered Wastelands, I've done Rocky Ridges. I'm sure everyone else in the world is blasted ahead of me and making skyscrapers and Mount Rushmores, underwater elevators, secret bases up in the sky. People are doing a lot of crazy stuff. I'll catch up eventually, but for now, I'm just enjoying the game at my own pace, which is the best way to do it. I tried out Game Share with my girlfriend, and that was a lot of fun. That is a really nice option to have for any game. I really like how they've been doing that for Switch 2 games. And I think that when the right time comes, we can catch a sale or something. We're probably going to pick her up her own copy because I know she also has been having a lot of fun with the game. And, she's getting and seeing videos that people are posting online. And I'm sure she's going to want to build up her own town. Other than that, though, I'm focusing on unlocking everything before I jump into the rebuilding of the world. So mainly focusing on story, not going crazy building houses, even though I want to. I'm usually a house builder in games that allow me to do it, but once I have everything unlocked, then I'll start building. That should be a better use of my time because I know that some of the transformations you unlock make building a lot easier, traversal and everything like that. So, yeah, having a blast with that. Can't not wait to play more. Hopefully things settle down and next episode I can talk to you guys about how I made a lot of progress. But beyond Pokopia, I've also played Mario and Luigi Brothership this week. So something I didn't get to talk about on my weeks off was Boost Mode. So Boost Mode has come to the Nintendo Switch 2 and this is a really big change. So big update here. The Switch 2 can now natively run Switch 1 games in their Switch 1 docked performance profiles in handheld. So basically, any Switch 1 game has gotten a free handheld Switch 2 edition resolution bump without it being paid or without you having to download anything. It's really cool. I tried it out with Mario and Luigi Brothership, which is a game I actually never finished, so I have to come back to that at some point, and I'm very near to the end. I love the Mario and Luigi games. Brothership is a very interesting one. It has some pacing issues, I think, but the story and characters are great. So, yeah, I think it's like Offendon Island. I was on Offendon Island, and I did a section with Bowser Jr. and Buddy, which is really fun and cute. And yeah, I'm close to the end of that game, and this is probably how I'll finish it. I'll probably keep playing it in bed in handheld mode using the boost, which is awesome. Anytime I get to play a game that really highlights the boost mode feature, I'll let you guys know what I think of it. So far, it's amazing. And then a surprise twist of events, I was not planning on this. It just kind of happened, which was really nice. I am now playing the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Switch 2 edition plus Meetup in Bellabelle Park. I got this the other day because we had a great day. We were out working and we decided to go to Best Buy and I had canceled my pre-order for the Captain Toad amiibo, which I am a big amiibo collector. Toad is my favorite character. Um, I really wanted this amiibo, canceled my pre-order, was trying to save money for a couple of things, and I figured I'd get it in a few months. Well, I am now the proud owner of the adorable Captain Toad and Talking Flower amiibo. This thing's awesome, very detailed, super cute. because my amazing, sweet, kind, talented, caring, hardworking girlfriend decided to buy it for me at Best Buy. We went to just look at fridges and stuff, and then she saw it and immediately picked it up and tried to buy it for me while I had to use the bathroom. And the second I came out, I was like, "Do you want to put it back?" And by the time I got those words out, the cashier called us up and she bought it for me. So that was really sweet. After we were at the store, I checked my email because I thought I had an email from Best Buy about having like $5 to $10 off. Sure enough, I had a $5 off coupon. It was expiring in a couple of days, so I had to use it on something. So I got the Meetup in Bell Park Switch 2 edition for Mario Wonder, and that game is great. I'm having a blast getting to replay it again. The visuals are amazing. I miss this game. I'm not very far at all. Again, been a very busy week, but what I've played so far is just the single player part of the upgrade. So I've done a couple of the Toad Brigade Toad Brigade training camp mission. So everything in this release is a really big mouthful. But those have been a lot of fun. They're like remixed challenge levels, like little challenges in old levels from the base game. Having a blast with those, and I did do one of the Koopa Link battles, which was amazing. I got to fight Wendy, and yeah, those are awesome. I love great boss fights, and I think that's one thing that Mario Wonder needed more of. So the DLC is doing a lot for me right now. I'm really happy to be revisiting it. Hopefully, I'll get to try out some of the multiplayer aspects of it, and I'll let you guys know more about that and what I'm thinking. But yeah, that's really it. Again, I'll continue to keep you guys updated. We're going to jump right into the news section, and I'm going to move faster through this so we can get to the big meat and potatoes, which are the rumors and leaks for this week. So, Super Mario Wonder Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Meetup in Bell Park has released, plus 3 new amiibo. The one I have, the Captain Toad amiibo, Elephant Mario amiibo, and a Poplin and Prince Florian amiibo. All look fantastic, all look great. We're also about to get the Super Mario Galaxy amiibo released in a few days. So that is like April 2nd, I believe. They're not out yet. Can't give my thoughts on those. I may pick those up in some due time, though, and I'll let you guys know. The Alarmo alarm clock has gotten an update. Honestly, an amazing alarm clock if you have it. People think it's silly. Thing works great. It's really charming. The themes are awesome. It got a Super Mario Brothers Wonder update. I haven't tried it out yet. We've been using the Zelda Breath of the Wild one, but if I do switch that over, I will let you guys know next week how we like the Wonder theme. But for now, we're sticking with the Breath of the Wild one. Other favorites of mine include the Kirby one. I really enjoy that one. The Pikmin one is really good, and I like the Mario Odyssey one too. But Breath of the Wild one, that's my favorite. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book has brought about a new series of price changes in North America. So, what I'm about to talk about here, this was already in effect in Europe and maybe even in Japan, but I can say Europe for sure. Um, this is the first game it's going to be happening with Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Nintendo announced that this kind of goes along hand in hand with their variable pricing thing they talked about when the Switch 2 launched, how some games may cost more, some may cost less based on cost of development, resources, budget. Digital games may now be cheaper than their physical counterparts. So Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is going to launch at $59.99 digitally and $69.99 physically. We have been paying $69.99 for almost all new Switch 2 games. Switch 1 games were always $59.99, so everyone assumed that going forward we were just getting a general $10 price increase for Switch 2 games. This shakes things up. Some games may now be $10 cheaper digitally. I'm a physical collector. I'm happy about this change because any way for people to save money is a good thing, but it means that maybe physical versions are going to show up less and less often. And in the long run, this is probably the first step in trying to get the Switch users to transfer over to purely digital for buying games. So maybe later on in the Switch 2's life or in the like Switch 3 or whatever the next console is, they may move totally away from physical releases, which I think is sad. Obviously, a lot has been shaken up this generation with game key cards. Um, there goes my alarm right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it with the Zelda theme, but time will tell what this means. We'll see if this means that every new Switch 2 game is going to be $59.99. I don't think that's what it is. Like Mario Kart was $79.99 physically. Um, it's a little confusing. There's so many different changes going around. It would be nice if there was just one blanket set price for Switch 2 releases, but we will see in the future. Just know that going forward, digital will probably be cheaper always, and physical games will always be a little more expensive, which is okay for now. I think physical media is important, supporting it is important, and if it costs a little more because costs of manufacturing are going up, then it's better that they cost more and are still available than not being available at all. Other than that, guys, Pokemon Champions is gearing up for launch. There have been a few new interviews with the developers and a couple of bits and pieces leaking out. The game is coming out soon in April. I believe it's April 8th. It is planning to be around forever. I believe that is a quote from one of the developers, and that should go to show you that this is going to be the new competitive battling stomping grounds. They're not really going to focus as much on main series games, I don't think, at least for competitive play and championships and stuff. I think that Pokemon Champions is the new dedicated place for that. There are some pricing plans that have been floating around. I'm not sure if it's out officially yet, but it looks like there's going to be like some starter pack, which allows you to hold a certain number of Pokemons and then Pokemon. And then there will be bigger packs as well that allow you to hold even more Pokemon. So time will tell what exactly the prices are for that, but it's going to be free to play and maybe I'll try that out. Tomodachi Life Living the Dream got a free demo. This has been really cool. People go crazy with these meme maker things like we saw in Tomodachi Life and in Miitopia. So people are making, like Zelda, Link, other characters from various games, anime, movies. It's been really fun. The game is really funny. I really enjoyed it. I did play the demo. I made my girlfriend and myself, and people are way more creative than I could ever be. I don't know how they're making these characters look so realistic as a me, but they do. I probably will not pick this game up at launch, but maybe later down the line. This is a game that is important to a lot of people, and I'm really happy it's coming out. It's also another game for Switch 1 users, as well as Switch 2, so that's always good. That's exciting. Tomodachi Life is coming out in April. We're almost there. A little bit of third party news. Minecraft Dungeons 2 was announced last week because I believe Minecraft held Minecon. I don't usually keep up with that anymore. I do love Minecraft. I usually play it for a little while, at least once a year. Played it a lot when I was younger. Great game, super awesome time with friends. Minecraft Dungeons is like a niche thing that I really care about, so I wanted to put it on here because it was announced to be coming to all platforms, Switch 1 and Switch 2. Interesting to see how that will run on a Switch 1. Um, Minecraft Dungeons is fantastic. It's a Minecraft dungeon crawler. The music was great. The items were great. Visually, it's great. Combat was great. It's like a little bit of Diablo, a little bit of Minecraft. It is probably my favorite way to play Minecraft. I remember telling my friends when it came out, I think I like this better than regular Minecraft. Obviously, a totally different game. There's not really a building aspect to it, it's combat and story. And playing this with friends, it's just such a good time. You really get to customize your build. You can be a ranged fighter, you can use a crossbow, a bow and arrow, you can use they had like extra weapons that didn't exist in vanilla Minecraft. So there was like maces and swords and long swords, spears, all sorts of cool stuff. Minecraft Dungeons, the first game, got a lot of DLC I didn't play, so maybe Minecraft Dungeons 2 will be building off of some stuff they did in that. But in any case, I'm excited for this. I'll probably pick that up when it comes out. I think it was dated for this year. Let me check that quick. I'm actually not positive, but I think it was like fall of this year. So let's see. Fall 2026. Okay, so yeah, fall this year. Very exciting. All platforms: PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch 1 and 2. Amazing. Cannot wait for that. Mario Galaxy Movie is getting a ton of huge promotion. We are getting all sorts of snacks and drinks, cereal, soda, seltzer, cookies, Happy Meals now. We have the Happy Meals that were just announced. I've got a couple of the Mario movie toys from this week. We won a couple of times, and I got a Peach toy and a Frog Luigi toy. So this is really cool. I love when McDonald's does that. I'm usually a bit of a McDonald's hater. Not that I don't like their food. I don't really eat burgers. I usually do chicken, so I prefer other restaurants, but I can go and get a McDonald's Happy Meal and get a cool toy. My girlfriend likes their ice cream, so it works. I like when they do this. It's really fun. And yeah, Mario Galaxy movie is on everything. It's everywhere. I'm really excited to see it. My girlfriend and I are going to go to a party. It's like a release party, but it's not on release day for the film. It's going to be on Friday instead. So later on in the week, we're not seeing it on April 1st, but our local theater is doing some cool stuff. There's going to be a raffle, prizes. They're going to have a photo booth set up with some Mario Galaxy themed stuff. So I will let you guys know. I'll maybe even include some pictures on my socials and in the next episode how that goes. But I am stoked for that. We're looking to have a really good time there, and I'll keep you guys updated. Um, Oh yeah, on that note, Fox McCloud was revealed to be in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, voiced by Glenn Powell. So, eagle-eyed viewers of the trailers for the Super Mario Galaxy movie may have noticed that you could see a little bit of Fox. It was like his hip and leg in one shot from one of the trailers, and people took notice. They dissected it and they were thinking, is this Fox McCloud? So, this has got people stirring. We know that the Pikmin are in this movie as well from a little social media clip that the movie accounts posted. So we got Pikmin, we got Fox, and a bunch of Mario characters and references. This could bode really well for Star Fox, which we're going to talk about later. And this could bode very well for like a larger Nintendo cinematic universe. Everyone's talking about a Smash Bros. Movie. Hey, it's possible, or at least they're going to use the Mario movie universe to tease and build up anticipation for other movies they may make. So I think this is a great thing. Fox McCloud is in. We cannot wait to find out more about that. Boost mode update is awesome. That's the last thing I have written down here for the news. I might have spoke a little bit out of order. I had to edit this outline I wrote for myself because so much came out in news and leaks after I had written an initial rundown of the news. So bear with me. Now we are done with the news and we're going to talk about the big new rumors and leaks that we got this week. So Nate the Hate has come out again. He had a new podcast. He has been a little bit off and on this year. Sometimes he posts regularly, once or twice a month. Sometimes he takes a few breaks. That's what he's been doing lately, but he is one of the only reliable leakers in the game. If Nate the Hate says something, he's usually right. I know a lot of people throw out leaks or rumors because that's all that they are. And even Nate himself has been wrong, or at least misguided a few times, but he has a very good track record. He obviously has industry connections. He was the only person who knew the day the Switch 2 was going to be revealed. He was the only person who said anything about it, and he was right. And that is only one example I can give you right now, but I've been following him for years. He has knowledge. He's usually not wrong. And if he's wrong about something, it's usually just that he had the wrong idea, and at least some aspect of it was right. So he released a new episode, mainly focused on the state of the Switch 2 and what games we could see coming out. One of the things he said is that Nintendo is not planning on doing a general Nintendo Direct until at least June, which I think we've seen that makes sense because they've been drip feeding news. They've been using Nintendo Today, dropping random trailers, partner directs, indie showcases, but nothing from Nintendo themselves. And like I've been saying for the past couple weeks, I think they're totally content doing that, at least getting us to June. When June comes, they might want the big general Nintendo Direct presentation to start hyping up the big releases coming in the second half of the year. But for the first half of the year, and some people aren't going to like this, I wish we had a Direct too, but again, it's okay. Play the games you have, enjoy them at your own pace, focus on having a fun time with what you have now. Don't worry too much about the future. Nintendo's not worried about it. You shouldn't worry about it either. It's okay. It is rough though. Like I wish we had a Direct because I want to plan out purchases and pre-orders. I wish we knew more about what was coming. But at the same time, it's okay. And this way, we don't really have to worry about delays. Nintendo just has a lot of different ways of conveying information now. They have Nintendo Today, they have Twitter. They don't need directs like they used to. They're still going to have them maybe once a year, maybe twice if we're lucky, but they don't need them like they used to. And I think that's what we're seeing in Nate the Hate and his co host MVG. They seem to agree. But after that, they started talking about when is Nintendo going to start talking? We know Yoshi's coming out in May, but nothing after that. And how are they going to do it? He says that we're going to be getting an announcement for something soon, probably in April. He said that we are getting a new Star Fox game soon. He's been told that it is a classic style Star Fox game and the visuals should be very pleasing, and that is coming out in the summer. He basically said probably June. That was what he kind of danced around straight up saying, but that would make sense because we have a release for May, but we know nothing beyond May. We need a June game. Star Fox could be it. Star Fox has not seen a release since the Wii U. It is one of Nintendo's dormant franchises, but Fox showing up in the Mario Galaxy movie, getting his own game, it would make sense. That's a little cross promotion there from the movie to the game, and it's really exciting. I love when they bring back games that haven't seen a new release in a while, and it sounds like it's going to be a classic style game. Sometimes with other Star Fox games like Adventures or what was it called? Was it Star Fox Zero on the Wii U? They change up the gameplay style, and some people don't like it. This should be something everyone who likes Star Fox will enjoy because it's going to be a classic style, visually pleasing. It should have multiplayer. And that is all that Nate said on that, but that is super exciting. After that, he went on to detail some plans for the rest of summer. So he said that summer should see the release of Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave, which was previously announced, and Splatoon Raiders, again, previously announced. Splatoon Raiders is interesting. They randomly dropped a trailer for that one day on Nintendo Today. Never said anything about it again. But Splatoon usually releases in the summer. It's a summer vibes kind of game, and I think Nintendo will still want to keep that for Splatoon. And if Star Fox comes out in June, we may get a direct around the time that game comes out, probably a little bit after, because with Star Fox in June, they don't need to do a direct now. We have everything we need for the first 6 months of the year. When that time comes, we'll probably get a direct that details Fire Emblem and Splatoon Raiders. I could see one of them coming out in July and the other in August. If I had to guess, probably Fire Emblem in July, Splatoon Raiders in August, but he didn't have a whole lot to say about the way these games are shaping up. He just knows that they should be coming out in the summer. Splatoon Raiders is kind of a mystery. We don't know much about the gameplay. Visually, it looks great. It looks to be in line with the other Splatoon games. Fire Emblem looks amazing. It seems to have some relation to Three Houses, and I think that that bodes well because that is the most popular and best-selling Fire Emblem game. So both of those should be coming out after June. So again, July, August, we don't know what order it'll happen in. If I had to guess, I'd say Fire Emblem July, Splatoon August. He also said that Rhythm Heaven should be coming out sometime in the summer, maybe September for that. It's a Switch 1 game as well as Switch 2. Not much to say about that. We saw that game about a year ago in the last Switch 1 only direct. So we need some more information on that. Something for Switch 1 and Switch 2 players to enjoy. Other than that, Nate said that we're going to be seeing a new Switch Sports release. He doesn't really know if it's a Switch 2 edition, and he's not sure if it's just a sequel or if it's some sort of upgrade pack. All he knows is that something Switch Sports related should be coming out in the summer, and I think that fits. Switch Sports is a popular game. It's really fun. It's a good get up and get moving game, great for summer, great for kids out of school, and people that want some more sports games. I think we could see this release in the summer. I don't know where. It could be one of those games where it releases in the first half of the month with something bigger like a Fire Emblem in the second half, but that should also be coming in the summer. Now, Nate also said some bad news for people that were awaiting this. I was too. Mario is not going to make 2026. For whatever reason, they theorized a little bit. It might be because of GTA 6 coming out this holiday. They might want not to choke out the Mario release by having it be overwhelmed by GTA. So they moved Mario's 3D Switch 2 Adventure to 2027, hopefully early 2027. Nate doesn't have much more information other than the fact that it's been moved, which is sad, but it's okay. We just had Donkey Kong Bonanza last year, amazing 3D Mario Universe game with new and unique gameplay. That way the developers of the new 3D Mario have enough time to let things cook, make it the best it can be. But MVG asked Nate, if Mario's not in the holiday, then what are we getting? And here's where I've always said it. I've said it on the podcast. I've said it in posts for years. My dream game would be a remake of Ocarina of Time. And Nate said that that is what we should be getting this holiday season. He said he can confirm now a remake of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time should be coming soon. I'm wearing my shirt right now. I didn't even do it on purpose. This is my dream release. I'm so excited for this. This has been in the rumor mill for a long time. People have been saying this for a few years, but it seemed like up until now, it was just a cool idea, something that people wanted, but it wasn't going to happen. But if Nate says it, usually he's not wrong. Nate is like the first leaker to have said that this is going to happen, the one with a reliable reputation. He's noted as being accurate. So I think it's okay to start getting excited. I think that this is real, and the fact that it's coming out this year, this holiday, is so exciting. He didn't have a ton of details on what it's going to look like or the scope of the remake, like if it would be like one to one, just better graphics, or if they would change story details or add in anything new. We don't know. All we know is that it's happening, and it would be a great way to celebrate Zelda's 40th anniversary. So we've been wondering for a long time what exactly was going to happen for Zelda's 40th. Now we know. This is the best case scenario for me. This game is so, so special to me. It's really, really an amazing game. Even to this day, the N64 version is fantastic. It did so much for gaming as a whole. No Zelda comes close to it for me. I love the vibe of it. I love the dungeons. I love the music, the items, the look of it. I'm really excited to see it. I have faith that Nintendo would treat it with respect. They tend to be very careful about remasters and remakes, and I just can't wait to see it. We should probably find out about this in June, and it looks like this is going to be their big holiday release. So they could also throw in a few other things in there. Who knows? But this is so, so exciting. This is my dream game. Hopefully, there's a special edition controllers, maybe even a Switch 2 that's golden. People are theorizing that maybe they'd release the Switch 2 game cartridge for the physical in a golden color instead of red, which is nostalgic because Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time had gold cartridges. Zelda 1 did. It's a Zelda thing. Gold is a Zelda thing. Hopefully they do it for this, but this is exciting. I think this has the potential to be a really big deal. He said it should be Switch 2 exclusive. This could move units. This could sell Switch 2s around the holiday season, and it could really showcase the power of the Switch 2. Make it look good. Revamp these locations. A lot of people have seen these Unreal Engine 4, Unreal Engine 5 fan remakes, and those look fantastic, but there's a lot of crazy bloom and lighting effects, and I feel like Nintendo should lean into the realism a little bit because Ocarina of Time is similar to maybe Twilight Princess, where realism seems like the vibe they were going for, but I think they should give it a beautiful art style too. So I cannot wait to see it. And with that, it looks like the releases for this year are really, really starting to take shape, and that is so exciting. And around the same time that Nate the Hates leaks came out, there was a couple of other leakers that had talked about some of the same stuff that he said, but a few days earlier. So it seems like other outlets got the same information. I think VGC corroborated that they have heard this as well about Star Fox and Zelda. So I think it's okay to get excited. This is one of the few times where a leak seems real. But I'm getting hyped already. I can't help it. I've already talked to my girlfriend about how we may finally get to play Ocarina of Time together for the first time because she doesn't like old games. I love them, not her style, but this would be the perfect opportunity to bring this amazing game to new people, young and old. So exciting. But some of the other leakers, other than Nate, that had this same information a few days earlier, had a few additional bits and details. Some people are saying that they've also heard that there will be a special edition console, like a lot of people are theorizing. Some people have said that there is a additional Metroid release. It's also Metroid's 40th anniversary. We don't know if this is for this year or later on, but Mercury Steam should be working on Metroid 6, so a sequel to Metroid Dread. It has been 5 years since Metroid Dread, so that's enough time to develop a pretty kick-ass Metroid game, and I hope they continue on in the same direction they led the series with Dread, because that game is fantastic. There's another rumor going around about a Super Metroid remake, which Super Metroid is the most popular Metroid game, and this seems to show up often. There's some information going around these circles that it will be a pixel remake, which some people are mad about. I actually like that. People have been waiting for Nintendo to step their to dip the toe in the water of like a pixel remaster, maybe like an HD 2D type thing. And I think that'd be a great opportunity for it. Pixelated games are not inferior to 3D games. And I think that as we advance in technology, we lose some of the charm pixelated games brought us. So I'm okay with that. I'd be really excited to see what a Super Metroid Pixel remake looks like in 2026. I think it could be absolutely beautiful. Because pixels, like 8-bit, 16-bit, graphics, you can combine them with more modern features like lighting, I think you can even do cell shading. It looks really good, and I'd be excited to see that if that is true. But that is basically the rumors and leaks for this week. So a ton of crazy stuff. 2026 is finally starting to take shape. It's not unfair to have been a little in the dark if you felt that way, like Nintendo was not telling you what they had this year. I felt a little bit of that myself, but things are really, really, really starting to shape up, and I think it's super exciting. In a couple weeks' time, we may have a new Star Fox announced, which is nuts. No one saw that coming. And in a few months, we're probably going to have a big direct that reveals a lot of huge things, and I cannot wait. With that said, let's talk about some questions I have for you guys. Tell me what you think. Do you think that the pricing changes for new releases are a good or a bad thing? Are you someone who buys things all digitally? Do you buy physicals? Like I said, for me, I think it's a good thing. Any way for someone to get something for cheaper is good. I am a physical collector though, so it worries me a little bit. That's my stance. I'm worried that they're trying to phase out physical releases. Do you think that this is variable pricing, which is something Doug Bowser mentioned last year? Nintendo is going to look at a game for what it is, development wise, cost wise, and plan pricing accordingly? Do you think that's better than having one blanket price? Do you think it's okay for them to be able to go higher, $80, but also sometimes go lower at 60? Or do you think it would be better just have everything be 70? Let me know. What do you guys think on the new content for Mario Brothers Wonder? Have you spent any time in Bella Bell Park? I think a lot of people are divided on this release. I've seen people say that it's hard to play because so much of it is multiplayer. If you were just excited to play a few new worlds and levels for Mario Wonder, this might have gone in a different direction than you would have wanted. But I've also seen people say that it's a lot of fun. It gives like Nintendo Land vibes. There's like a prop hunt-esque mode, which is amazing. I can't wait to try it out. But let me know what you think. And do you think now that we have a little bit of insight into the releases for this year, is 2026 starting to look like a good year for you? Are you okay with what people are theorizing via these rumors and leaks? Are you okay with these releases being the big ones, or were you expecting more? Let me know. For me, I definitely have bias here. This is a fantastic year. It took some time to take shape. I kind of miss when Nintendo would fill us in January, February a little bit, but it is what it is. I'm content. Um, I am waiting to try the Yoshi egg cookies I talked about from a couple of weeks ago. Maybe I'll have those around the time we go to the release party for the movie. And again, I'll try to get some photos, let you guys know my thoughts on the movie, and I'll show you guys how that went for us. If I get any more Mario Happy Meal toys, I will let you know. I'm going to try to stay away from McDonald's, but other than that, guys, I'm going to start wrapping things up here. I will put my friend code on the screen now. Feel free to add me on your Switch 2. I still want to plan some game nights where we can play Kirby Air Riders, Mario Kart, meet up in Bella Bell Park and Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and maybe in a couple of months' time we can play Star Fox. And maybe there could even be a multiplayer in this Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. Who knows? Can't believe I'm even saying that. I can't believe it's real. Maybe I am getting ahead of myself by assuming that this is totally legit, not doubting these leakers, but it seems like it's time, and I'm excited. Thank you guys for joining me. I will see you all in the next one. Take care, be safe. Bye bye.